Good morning, everybody. I am back on the PCT, refreshed, recharged, and my heart is happy. I had a great few days with my family in South Lake Tahoe. Exactly what I needed. We had a great time. Did a family yoga session right on the shore of Lake Tahoe. Went swimming in the lake. Went to a magic show. Did a whole bunch of other stuff. Great food, great people. Really cool little town. And so my family brought me back up to the trail yesterday afternoon about 2. It was really hard to see him go, but I know I got to get back on this trail so I can finish this thing up and get back to them. As you can see, I got much different views here in this section. Still plenty of climbing, still plenty of descents, but the views have changed considerably. All good. Did about 14 miles yesterday. I didn't plan on going that far. But there was a recent fire near Paradise Lake that had been put out, but there's still a lot of smoke in the area, and I just didn't feel like breathing that all night. So found a nice little camp down by a stream and plenty of mosquitoes. So stayed there last night. That was about a mile and a half down. And so from here, I have about 28 and a half miles to Sierra City, which is where I'll pick up my next resupply box and check out that little town. Changed up my resupply strategy for this next stretch, about 550 miles left in California. A lot of small towns that I'll pass through, not a lot of resupply options. So I made the decision to send six or seven, I can't remember, smaller boxes forward, which will also allow me to carry only 2 or 3 days of food at a time, keep me light, keep me moving toward Oregon, and allow me to enjoy Northern California a little better since I won't be going as heavy. So looking forward to that, lightening things up. Also swapped out a little bit of gear in South Lake Tahoe. I had a 20-degree quilt, and it is just too hot for that thing. So swapped out for a 40-degree, which is a little bit lighter. And also swapped out my shoes, which I am already absolutely disappointed in. So Ultra, if you're listening, fix your stuff. Got a pair of Ultra Temps, and 8 miles in, the side already started going out. So we'll see how that goes on this stretch. Looks like I'll probably have to order some shoes, have them sent forward, and push these up to Ashland where the next REI is and go and get a refund for these, because that's absolutely unsat. But they're holding together, and hopefully they won't fall apart on the trail. But I got plenty of duct tape to work through that if I have to. Other than that, it's good to be back on the trail and moving forward, and I am gonna get to hiking. Just finishing the third and final big climb for the day, about 11 miles in, and man, check out these views. It has been nothing but spectacular views today. I'm only about 8,000 feet, so I've been going in and out of the trees and to these open areas right here. Pretty easy trail compared to the mountains, but I am trading the cooler temperatures that I had at elevation for much warmer temperatures down here. All good though. Getting ready to start about a 10 mile or so descent into camp, and hopefully get there relatively early and figure out if I want to stay there or move on. If I choose to stay there, I'll only have 8 miles to get into Sierra City in the morning, but there aren't a lot of campsites between where I plan on stopping and town there that aren't completely covered in mosquitoes. Hey, I found a new and interesting bug today, the biting fly. So I'm in their territory now, and although I have insect repellent all over my legs, they're biting through my socks. So we'll see what those bites look like a little bit later. But all part of the deal. Anyway, I'm gonna keep on moving and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Another midday update. Having an awesome day. Just came across some trail magic, and there's a group of ladies that on horseback that and I'll show you the photo right after this, that brought out just an awesome bunch of stuff for us hikers. They're actually going to do the PCT next year on horseback, so really cool to see how excited they are about that, to hear about and talk about, you know, the differences in planning and stuff, and how they have to prepare and how different the experience will be than for a hiker. But really cool just to talk and hang out with them. I stayed there for a little over an hour, all good, and had some great homemade treats, some brownies. Had the first time I've ever had freeze-dried ice cream, which was very interesting, and some fruit and some other things. It was just great. And to see the smiles that the other hikers and that I know I had going in there when we really needed it, it was cool. But coolest part was talking to all of them and you know, just spending some time with them. So all good. Moving out, have about 6 more miles to go till I get to the camp where I'll make the decision on whether I'm just gonna keep on pressing or not, but I'll probably stop. I just got my breath taken away by another awesome view, but I'm very easily distracted today. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to the trail, keep on moving, and probably talk to you all when I get to camp. All set up in camp. 21 miles today. Really hot outside, but pretty cruisy. You know, some good climbs, but nothing like up in the Sierras. Got in here early. It's 5:30, and set up back here. And also got a different quilt. My wife brought my 40-degree quilt, and based on these temperatures, I'm really glad that I got this thing in here. The 20-degree that I had was just way too hot for the conditions up here. So as you saw, I'm getting ready to have some dinner over here, and some awesome views over there, which I'll show you in a minute. And yeah, great ending to a great day, and looking forward to some rest. A little bit over 8 miles to get into Sierra City tomorrow, so we'll see if I choose to get up. I'm not going to say I'm getting up early, because every time I say that, I don't do it. So we'll see what happens tomorrow morning. All right, I'm going to show you some of these views here in a second. So this is what I have, basically off my front porch. The sun's behind me. The sun should be rising right over there tomorrow morning, and I got my tent faced right towards it. So it's time for me to get after this dinner and then get some rest, and I will catch you all in the morning. Good morning, everybody. So it's a little bit before 6, and I actually got up this morning. It's nice and cool, and I wanted to get moving to cover this 8 miles to get down to the road that leads to Sierra City. Picking up my resupply box there that'll take me to the town of Quincy, which is about 72 miles away from Sierra City, and order some more shoes from REI, because these things now the right one is starting to come apart. So great. But anyway, also looking forward to, getting lunch in town and meeting up with a few folks. So yesterday caught up with a lot of hikers that I hadn't seen for a while, and also met some new ones. Had a couple stop by camp last night. They just stopped there to have dinner, and really cool to talk to them. I hadn't met them before, and they started back in March when things were really tough with snow and things like that. So it's cool to hear their stories. Also, they let me know, I knew there's another heat wave, which I think will be the 5th one that I've experienced out here. They told me there's another one coming up, and I knew about it, but I didn't know exactly how extreme some of the temperatures are. And they've been watching the next few towns, and they're talking 105, 110, 115 in one place. So I got to take a look at that and figure out what I'm going to do with that, because that's just that's hot to the point of being really dangerous out here. But so I'll figure all that out once I get into town. But that was a great little camp last night. And one thing that I was thinking about last night that I forgot to mention is, for those ladies that are getting prepared for your PCT hike move with horses next year, thank you again. If you're watching, thank you again for that trail magic yesterday. Thanks for the great conversations. I wish you all the best, and I look forward to following you on your journey. And so with that, I'm going to get moving and get down to this road. All right, so made it to Sierra City. Got off trail, got a hitch right away, and here at the visitor center, and they have, I picked up my box. They have a community restroom slash shower, so can't check in for like another 6 hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick shower here. Fortunately, I have my camp shoes slash shower shoes, because this is kind of gross, but all good. Got to get clean. All right, not too creepy. Well, maybe a little bit. All cleaned up and resupplied, feeling good. Now I'm walking up to where I'm gonna stay tonight, the Yuba River Inn. I guess they got cabins up there, and it's about a half, 3/4 of a mile walk out of town, but all good. Used to walking. Looking forward to getting out of this heat, getting some relaxation time, and pulling up the weather forecast for these next few days in these towns I'm staying at, so I can figure out what the best approach is for these next few days through this heat wave. So here is my cabin for the night, the Cedar. Good morning, everybody. It is 5:30 and I'm starting my 1.5-mile road walk to head up to the trailhead leaving Sierra City, so I can start my 8.5-mile climb up a long exposed piece of trail. But all good. That's why I'm starting early. Had a good stay in Sierra City. Really hot, kind of bouncing from establishment to establishment for the Wi-Fi because there's no cell service here, and also to keep cool. Cabin I stayed at was really nice, but man, it was hot till like 11 o'clock, about 90 degrees in that room. One of the windows was broken, so it wasn't ventilating very well, but actually did get a little bit of rest and had the opportunity to take a shower, wash my clothes in the sink, and relax a little bit before moving down to the town of Quincy, which is 72.5 miles away. So I'll cover that in about maybe 3.5 days to where I get to my next resupply. But I'm gonna keep on moving here, and I'm hoping for some good views today that I can show you. And yeah, let me get back to hiking. Last water for 8 miles. Just came out of the trees. Been climbing for 1,500 feet over about 3.5 miles. And check out these views. Guess it's gonna be open and exposed from here on out. The trail goes that way, but man, this is a whole lot better than all those dead trees I've been walking through. Here's another one of those really cool spots where I can see where I'm headed. It's about a mile up the trail there. And still awesome views all around. All right, made it to the top. 8.5 miles, a little over 3,000 feet, and still early. It's been a good day so far. Beautiful views up here too. Well, here we are, and it starts. Looks like a pretty big fire over there. And I can hear the firefighting aircraft buzzing around. I've seen them all day. I just came around the corner here and can see the fire. All right, let's see if I can zoom in on this guy flying by. Firefighting Air Force C-130s. Still Got that fire burning off to my east, and fortunately the wind is coming from the west, heading that way, so it's all blowing back, and the trail continues to kind of go next to this, and then I'll actually veer off west, so not going to be going anywhere near that. But yeah, it's been interesting to watch for the last hour and a half or so. Haven't seen any planes flying around for a while, but man, I hope everybody's okay over there. Coming down from another pipe spring, which will be my last water resupply on the move today. Man, those pipe springs, or those springs that are coming out, are so cold and refreshing on a hot day. Even the streams are warm, and just not the same drinking warm water. Got a little over 22 miles in so far today, and still plenty of daylight. It's just a little after 5:30. So I'm going to do another 4 miles, 4 or so, a little bit more, to get to another pipe spring. I'm not in the mood to dry camp tonight, so I want to camp by water so I can continue to hydrate in this heat. And so yeah, that'll put me around 26 marathon day. So I'm good with that. It's been a great day, just really hot. And yeah, looking forward to getting some rest. Good morning, everybody. It's a little after 6. Been on the move for about an hour now. It's really nice to get up before the heat starts kicking in and get moving. Had a good night in camp. I didn't film as soon as I got in there. I actually had to set up on a logging road that they didn't have many spaces at the spring where I went, so a couple people got there before I did. All good, interesting experience. And yeah, a couple other hikers came in afterwards, but it was a good camp. Wow, check out this view here. Yeah, just turn the corner and never know what you're gonna see. But yeah, it was a good long day yesterday. Ended up being a little over 26, and moving out this morning. Not sure how far I'm gonna go, but I'll figure it out once I get there. I got water coming up here in about 4 miles, and I think it's a stream, so hopefully I can chill there for a little bit, maybe clean up and fill back up. But I'll see you all down the trail. Quick afternoon update. It's hot. It is absolutely miserable out here. Still no breeze. Just pretty much a suck fest. Haven't been recording much today. Just not feeling it. So I got about 36, 37, something like that, miles to get into Quincy. So I'm gonna come off the net and stop recording for today, and head down, move out, and try to get as many miles knocked out as I can today, so I can hopefully get into Quincy tomorrow. Find a hotel. I'm gonna take a day off and ride out at least one day of this heat and get some rest and relax a little bit. This is getting to the point where it's really not all that fun. I'm definitely not enjoying this. I'm gonna, like I said, move out and take that advantage. Like I said, hopefully tomorrow to recharge, regroup, and get back after it. So I will talk to you all soon. So I have made it to the town of Quincy, California, and I'm hiding under a tree right now for some shade. Got a pretty quick hitch, took about 15 minutes. A really nice couple brought me and a couple other hikers down here. It is 102 degrees right now in Quincy, and it's just absolutely freaking miserable. I mean, I gotta laugh about it. You just can't make this stuff up, but so hot. Heading over to the post office here in a minute to pick up my resupply package, and then I'm gonna have to find a place to get on the internet and see what this heat situation has in store for me in the miles ahead, as well as fires. A couple folks from the National Park Service were up at the intersection where we're hitching and warned us about some fires coming up. Actually, here in Quincy, the hotels right now are full with firefighters that are on standby to move out. So yeah, there's that. Hopefully, if I decide to stay here, I'll be able to find a place to stay. But yeah, a lot of fire activity going on here. So that's the one thing that that scares me on this trip, to be honest with you. It's not people, it's not bears, it's not rattlesnakes. Those fires scare the crap out of me. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm moving forward, moving safe, and doing the best I can to make sure I'm informed. So like I said, I'm gonna hop on the internet here in a little while, but I think I'm about to ignite into flames. So I'm gonna go to the post office, not just to get my packages, but to hopefully enjoy some air conditioning and get a break from this heat. But I will talk to you all in a little bit. Good evening, everybody from Quincy. It is 8:30 right now, and it is still 93 degrees out here. But it feels a whole lot better than 102 like it was earlier today. Was able to find a hotel room here in town, so stayed today, and really glad that I did. Gave me the opportunity to cool off a little bit. Went downtown, hit a couple of the restaurants down there and enjoyed that. But most importantly, had the opportunity to take a look at the fire and the weather situation. As far as the fires go, looks like there's nothing directly impacting the Pacific Crest Trail right now, but of course that could change at any moment. Also actually talked to some of the firefighters that are on alert out here to make sure I was getting the most timely and accurate information from the folks that would know. Also, as far as the weather goes, looks like the towns that I'll be hitting over the next week or so, temperatures are going to start to drop tomorrow to the low to mid 90s, which is way better than those 100 plus temperatures that I've been dealing with for a little bit. So really glad that I made the decision to come in town and wrap my head around those things that I need to focus on getting ready to move forward, which is what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Actually, I'll be getting back on trail. Got my pack organized all my resupply things, so I am ready to go and get back after it. So with that, I'm going to close out this video, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Thanks for the support and the encouragement. To my family, love you, miss you, and can't wait to see you. Take care, everybody.